And is that part of what you consider the heartfulness movement, is connecting with that inner joy and that adventure that truly comes out of this wonderful chakra, this heart area?
Yes, yes, Casper. That heart is all is everything in our existence. Everything that you do, I think it reflects the nature of your heart. Many people come to you and say, "Oh, that fellow is so and so, his heart is like that. So and so, this doctor is such a noble doctor, his heart is so soft. This nurse is so loving, so caring." So whenever we describe someone's qualities also, we describe with the quality of the heart, you see. And that's why heart is so important. And when we read such books like Heart Med Solutions or, there are so many researches done on the heart these days, and we understand the importance of the heart, not just physically, but overall happiness it is driven through the heart.
So much of what we do, though, is through our heads. we we stick in our monkey mind and ruminate about the past, the future that we don't know, and the worries, anxiety, the fear. How do we continue to center ourselves on our heart again? I know you've given great tips of the meditation and the gratitude of it, but in a world where we're told to use our head over and over, how do we find our way back to our heart?
Well, to think is not bad.
Mhm.
Just as God has given me the eyes to see, nose to smell, ears to hear, mind is to think. It is good that we are thinking. Now the question arises, I'd share with you a real lifetime example. I was once talking to students and faculty at one university in India, very prominent research institute. A professor came forward and said, "How to educate my children so that they don't get tensed and stressed before exams? Can you teach us some meditation?" I said, "Well, meditation can help remove stress. But why do you want to remove stress from children? Let them have stress. If they didn't have stress, they will not study at all. So some level of stress is required. Some level of anxiety is also required. But when it crosses limits, then we have to wonder. We have to, and that only personally, individually, you can feel what is the critical level of my anxiety or thoughtfulness. What is the limit crossing which I will otherwise be broken? So it is individual uh, thermometer or the individual warning. One should be able to see it. One should be able to perceive it, not to cross those limits. To me, meditation is a tool to prevent. Once you get into this whirlpool of depression, person whom you are prescribing meditation is not going to think of love and not going to think of divinity. He's only going to think of the causes of depression, and it will make them even more depressed. So this meditation is not the medicine for mental diseases, to keep your mind healthy, emotions healthier. Meditative mind cannot do wrong things because it sees things, the results before you are acting. You see, I heard on your website, actually, you are talking of, you quoted Gandhi. But that original quotation is from James Allen, from his book, uh, As a Man Thinketh. He gives such a beautiful example that look at the forest. The seeds naturally are thrown everywhere. Birds, the wind, they do the job of circulating seeds everywhere, spreading seeds everywhere, and it is chaotic. Look at a gardener, look at a beautiful garden, where a gardener knows what to plant, where to plant, which plant will go where, and he creates a beautiful garden. We can create a chaotic forest in our mind if we don't become gardener. Gardener is the one who knows which thought to cultivate when. Right? So it is not just and he also says, James Allen, that the results, either they are favorable or not favorable of any action. If they are favorable, you are happy. So the rightful action gives the rightful results. The action depends on how well you have planned your thoughts, planning, and how well you have executed it all this. So the root is thought. Gandhi talks of belief system. And then the question would arise, what makes you believe in certain way that makes you think in a certain way? See, in spirituality, I would say the simple and pure-minded people have rightful thoughts. Because simple and pure-minded people, they are not selfish, they are not arrogant. Right. So one has to cultivate that first, simplicity and purity in the heart. And that's what we teach also through heartfulness practices, how to arrive at simpler and purer hearts by removing complexities and impurities from the heart. Our intentions can be simpler.
Everything becomes a little bit simpler when we listen to our hearts, right? It reminds me of one of my favorite lyrics, Daaji, from a song by Lauryn Hill called Zion. And in the lyrics, she goes, they said, Lauren, baby, listen to your head, but instead I chose to listen to my heart. And that led her into this beautiful life, in a sense, and making the right decisions. So I do feel that tapping into the heart is such an important part of really understanding oneself and finding the right things, and then creating the right thoughts that actually lead us into a healthy and happy existence. Correct?
Exactly. Even those chakras that I mentioned, 16 chakras, the most important chakra is the heart.
Mm.
If you know your heart, forget the rest of the chakras.
Yeah.
It's not very important to learn other chakras. Once you have mastered the heart, forget the rest.
That's all that you're needed. Follow your heart. That's it.